That was way too loud. People are going to be cringing. Sorry, everybody. I'm Super Dan the Shoe Man. I'm back with another video today. This is a little bit different of a video than normal, but hey, when I buy something and like I have a really good impression or a really bad impression of it, maybe something that maybe I thought I wasn't going to have a good impression of and it was good, or I thought I was going to have a good impression of it and it wasn't good, then I kind of want to bring those to you. First though, before we go any further, and I feel like this video just might bring in some more attention, so I want to give a little bit longer of an intro, so bear with me if you're new and just listen through this intro because we're going to get to the good stuff in just a minute. And I guess I'll stop everybody here. And I had another word that I wanted to put in this, a word from our sponsor, and I will get into our sponsor in just a second, that I wanted to put into this, but sorry, I other stuff came up and it's more important than what I wanted to say, although it does go along the same lines. The $29 Boneless couch ads, I googled them, I looked through them, and I'm like, man, I really want to see something from somebody. You can even see commercials of somebody opening up one of these boneless couches and it says all over it, this is the $29 couch. That's a scam. Ain't nobody going to sell you a $29 couch that is actually a real couch that you could actually sit on and it be anything like something you might want in your house. Don't you think, Atticus? Mm-hmm. Like, if it was a friend of yours that wanted to give you their couch or wanted to sell you their couch, maybe they're just doing you a really big favor and letting you have it for $29. That's possible. But no retailer online is going to do that. So if you've clicked on the video because of that, then because of the $29 couch, it's a scam. I didn't pay $29 and get scammed. I just know it's a scam. I do, however, have a nice couch to show you. It's a boneless couch, and it was fairly inexpensive. We'll get to that in just a second. And now, before we go any further, Atticus, a word from our sponsor. Who's our sponsor?
Jesus.
Jesus. Thank you for clicking on this video, because you're going to hear something about Jesus for just 1 second, just really quick. So again, just bear with me for just a minute, and then we'll get to the couch. All right. So I've made videos in the past over the years, and it talked about Jesus saying that he is God, that he and God are the same. And I think outside of Christianity, there's a whole lot of contention with that. And I've learned a whole lot more about that, and which kind of does go along with this, because there's actually a lot of false theology out there and things that are presented as fact, or at least is presented as evidence, and it's like they just fall in any scrutiny. And maybe I'll go into that in just a second, but let's see. This is what God has been telling me, and this is, so I've always thought of myself as a pretty logically thinking person. And when I've read what I'm about to read you, I always think, I think of it in maybe one of two ways. And again, this is a living word of God, and God can speak to you through it, and it can mean different things to you at different times. Hopefully not opposing things, but in general, it can mean different things, even though the message and the words are the same. All right, so this is Deuteronomy. Oh my gosh, you can't see. Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. And this is Moses speaking to the Israelites. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart and soul and all of your strength. And when I Googled this to do just this little bit of research to make sure I had my verses right, I saw that one and I'm like, wait, that doesn't say what I thought it did. Which this probably has something to teach us. I just don't know what it is right now. And we'll come back to that maybe at another point. But this is actually going to be the beginning of a small unit, a small series of messages on this topic. Now we're going to go to the New Testament, and this is the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 22, verse 37. And this is going to be in red letters, meaning he's quoting something that Jesus said. It says, Jesus replied, you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, all your soul, and all your mind. It doesn't say strength, it says mind. And one big thing that I've learned more recently from somebody I'll say is Wes Huff, and he said the Bible was written for you, but it wasn't written to you. Moses was not speaking to you or me, he was speaking to the Israelites. And Jesus was not speaking to me or to you, he was speaking to somebody at this time, somebody else, some other group of people. But he did say with all your mind. And when I think about this, I always think that when Moses said it, the Israelites, as well as Moses, just failed over and over, even though they watched him part the Red Sea. They watched this miracle. Moses was at the heart of this miracle by God, the strength of God, but was right there. And he still failed over and over. And Jesus is saying it again: you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind. This is the first and greatest commandment. He was just reiterating that you can't do it on your own. Like, that's impossible to love your Lord your God with all of your heart, with all of your soul, and with all of your mind. Like, our mind wanders and we fall out of love for that moment. Maybe if it is just for a moment. And he was just basically saying, you need me, and I'm going to do something. I'm going to do the ultimate, give you the ultimate sacrifice. Then, and that makes it okay that that's the case, that you just can't live up to this. And also in the Gospel according to Mark, it's the same quote. It's Mark 12, verse 30. And you must love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all of your strength. Both of them quoted it. And I think Jesus was also saying that because he was quoting Moses from Deuteronomy, because of course all of them at that time, at least they were involved with this, knew the Old Testament pretty well. So I've always thought, again, that's the main message that I normally get from this, but as I've watched more videos from Wes Huff, who became, entered the social light, probably, I think it was the end of last year, after an inadvertent, impromptu debate with somebody who doesn't believe in Jesus being the Son of God or God from the Bible. And he's an apologist, which means he tries to explain things and looks at things logically. He said that with all of your mind. What does that mean, with all of my mind? Well, for me, what that should mean is that there's enough things in this Bible that actually do really just make it logical. And in my opinion also, if everything was laid out with factual, completely 100% verifiable evidence, there would be no faith. And a person who denied it would know that they were denying it, because they were faced with absolute fact and proof. So there would be no faith involved, and God wouldn't actually really be finding people that have chosen this faith. Instead, he would just be finding people that knew the truth, the absolute truth, beyond any shadow of any doubt. Well, I think we can strengthen and reduce our doubt through this logically, and by helping ourselves to love God with all of our mind. So as we go into the next several videos, I'm going to be quoting more things, more parts of the Bible that show us that Jesus literally said, I am God. And in the past, when I've done these videos, I've just Googled them and then where they are in the Bible and read them. And to me, I believe that that's what he's saying, that he was God. But Wes Huff actually brought several more instances that just Google doesn't show you. And they make a whole lot of sense to me, and they help me love God with more of my mind, as well as a whole bunch of more that we're going to hopefully get into at some point here soon. But before we get into those will be in future videos, so stay tuned to hear about those. This is John 10:30, and this is one I don't think I've quoted before. And Jesus says, the Father and I are one. And that pretty much is him saying that. That's a very short quote. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 words. The Father and I are one. So he's saying it right there. But actually, when we look at these other verses, that will be words from our sponsor in future videos, so stay tuned for those. It's even more abundantly evident. So I also like some of the logic, and it works in my brain like logic when we go from the Old Testament and things in the New Testament that are prophesied in the Old Testament get fulfilled and quoted and carried out in the New Testament. The connections between the two help me find that logic and the evidence. So we're going to continue down this road, and thank you for my long-winded word from our sponsor of this video. Now let's talk for just another minute about this couch before we actually look at the couch. So I started seeing ads on my phone, on whatever social media that I was on, for Temu Boneless couch. And I looked at several videos. I looked at Temu, I looked on Walmart, I looked on somewhere, Amazon, and saw all these different ads. And I'm like, they all look like basically the same product, but Walmart and Amazon are more expensive. And I think in some reasons that's kind of rightly so. They should be a little bit more expensive because most people trust those platforms more, and it's easier to return things and or get your money back if it turns out that it can't get shipped. because the companies stand by those, even if though they may not be providing those goods when you order from them. It just gives us a little more confidence to buy from them, so maybe people are going to be willing to spend a little bit more for those. I saw the $29 couch ad, did a little bit of research, and I'm like, there's no way. And yes, there's no way. It's not real. So what I ended up buying, what you're going to see in this video, is a $450 couch from Temu. Yes, it was Temu. I live in the Southeast, and it shipped from the Southeast. It was here, I think I ordered it on Saturday night or Friday night, and it was here on, did I get here Tuesday? Yeah. Oh, because it was while y'all were out of school. So that was the election day. It was Tuesday. It was here in my house by Tuesday. So I was surprised by that, number one. And it wasn't the one, this is a 3-piece couch, boneless couch with 2 boneless ottomans. One that I was looking at that cost a little bit less. I think it's like $375 in most places on Temu that I found. It's like a couch, it's like more like a sectional with a chase. But this one is 108 inches long. It actually measures up. All of the measurements are pretty close to what it's advertised at. And again, it got here really quick. And for $450, what we know so far, Atticus, you can attest to this, it's comfortable, right? Mm-hmm. It's big, right? Mm-hmm. It works. Yeah. Right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. What we have yet to see is how long this will last. If something gets spilled on it, I'm sure it's going to get gross. It's going to be not the easiest to clean, but you can zip off the covers and throw them in the wash. The question is, what's going to seep into depending on what you spill on it. And hopefully we just won't spill anything on it. But if you spill anything on it, it's going to go into the memory foam itself. One of the reasons why I thought that it was, why I had a little bit of trust in ordering a memory foam couch is because we've had a memory foam mattress for like 8 years. And it was cheap when we bought it. I think it was about the same price or maybe a little bit less. So it wasn't that much more expensive than, or really maybe not any more expensive than a normal cheap mattress. And it came shipped to our door. Similarly, it's vacuum sealed. You open it up and it puffs up. And like I said, we've had it for 8 years. And my side of the bed is considerably more squished than Hesper's side of the bed. I weigh a little bit more than she does. But other than that, and it's not significant, but other than that, I mean, it's still maintained its rigidity, like its ability to puff back out for the most part, other than like where my back it normally is, where like most of my weight lays. And you can't flip the bed, at least the mattress, you can't flip it over, but you can spin it, but I'm still on the same side. If I sleep on the same side of the bed, which I have for 8 years, or 10 years. So I had a little bit of trust in memory foam and the idea of memory foam. I think one of the things you'll see is that the dimensions, when you look at them online, look like they're too short. And I think in some cases, it is going to be a little bit shorter than your normal couch. I measured our couch, and like the bones of it were a little bit less than the top level of where you sit on this boneless couch, but the cushion on top of that on the couch would have been 3-4 inches taller. But the cushions on a normal couch, they squish a lot. At least on our couch, they squish a lot. So you're not really sitting that much higher than the fully extended height from the boneless couch. And when we sit on it, it really doesn't go down that far. One thing I'll say is for this particular couch, the back cushions were terrible. You can zip them out of the cover, and that's what we did. We took them out of the cover and just put the back cushions from our real couch, our other couch, and we stuffed them in there. And because they were much bigger and had to stuff in really small, they filled out the cover really nicely and are working well. The only thing that I think, the one thing that I think is the biggest drawback of this couch is that the back isn't that high, and so you kind of got to get situated correctly and to feel like you're sitting up straight, like you might be in a more rigid couch, right, Atticus? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but especially with the big long ottomans, most of the time you're lounging anyway. And the couch is huge though, and my family has loved it. We got rid of the couch and love seat in our living room, and we just have this now. and like we can all watch TV on it, and yeah, like, you know, we're touching each other. We're close, and you know, it's not like the roomiest thing in the world, but it brings us together, and that's actually something I really appreciate about it. So I was really surprised that it got here so fast. I was really surprised at how good it is. We'll see how long it lasts. I can give you an update on that maybe in a year or so. If it's still going good, I'll let you know, or if it's trash by then, I'll let you know. So smash the like button. If you like this video, smash the like button. If you want to hear more about loving God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your mind, and
tell your grandma.
Tell your grandma about this couch. I don't know, man. It's a little bit low, and it's kind of squishy, so you kind of fall into it. It might be hard to get out of.
Well, they'll just lay there forever.
That's not good. But it is really comfortable, and you know, I think maybe also it might not be good. Might not be the best for a really high traffic living room, which ours is. It might be better for like a loft or a kids area, just because of how low it is. And like, you know, Trent can jump all over it in 30 pounds and it hardly deforms at all. You know, I sit on it and yeah, it's going to go down a little bit. But either way, I'm happy with it so far. We've had it for 3 weeks now, and we're still really happy with it. So I can post a link to it down below. I'm not affiliated with this in Temu in any way. I'm not even necessarily pushing you to Temu, but $29 couch, don't do it. $450, $375. Those couches are probably okay, and they're probably very similar to this, just configured a little bit differently. But this $450 couch, primo. All right, smash the like button. Tell your grandma. Comment down below what you think about it. If you have one, let me know. If you've purchased the $29 couch and you have it, you can let me know too. Thanks. I'll see you all next time.
Temu boneless couch, not the sectional. 3 boxes. Got here in 2 days. This is the room it's going in. This one came out. Kind of hard to see. We'll open these boxes and get a little bit more. Now view number 2. That's got to be the couch. Ottomans. Audience. And each box came with its own letter opener so that you don't destroy your couch. I'm pretty sure these are the Ottomans. I'm going to do these first.
There should be 2 pieces in each one except for one.
Okay. So far this is pretty easy. It opened up this way. Now there's air going into here.
Oh, whoa.
It's alive!
It's alive! Oh my.
Trent, this thing's gonna be huge.
That's just the 2 right there.
Go sit down.
That makes sense.
Makes so much sense.
It's 2 Ottomans.
This is 2 Ottomans.
Or it's the actual.
These are Ottomans. Those got up to nearly full size really fast. Let me measure it real quick. I think it's supposed to be like 16 inches tall.
Trent, that's like your height.
16 inches tall?
Oh, just kidding. Isn't that length right there?
About right. Huh?
That'll be height.
Alright, go sit down. No, this is height.
I thought height is measured up and down. Oh, it
sits like
sits.
this.
It does. Just kidding.
Trent,
I got you.
Go sit at the table.
Come on,
Go.
hurry.
Trent, sit on the table.
Alright, number 2.
Now I'm next to it.
Better watch out. It's gonna explode.
It's love. I bet if it just can't like pop it out. Yeah, I bet it would. Oxygen!
Whoa.
That's one of the couches. It comes with a blanket.
Oh, those are
Those
pillows.
are pillows.
They're a little flat.
Oh, they're growing slowly.
Okay.
Ooh. That's cool.
Oh, holy cow, they're actually going really fast. Oh!
Pillows. Trent, go sit.
Hey, go sit down.
They'll grow eventually. That one I got to be.
Holy cow.
That went fast.
Oh, it's really fast.
Big, really big things.
Our fish are doing great. We got our mommy's fish in there now. The fish are doing awesome. They're very observant. They're watching out what we're doing.
This one.
Yeah, we got mommy's fish in there. The pink one.
Hey, look at this one. Pretty big.
Yep.
The larger one.
Yeah, we do have a catfish. Good job.
Do they look different? Or do they just... Yeah, that looks like 110.
Very cool. Come here, Trent. You're gonna get blocked in. Come in.
I'm gonna be sleeping on the couch.
No, they're not. I think we gotta push it up some whenever you're done.
They're not tied together?
Tied? What are you gonna do? Put some string on them?
Think I can just fall. No.
These need to do something.
Now we can all sit together as a family.
What? All right.
It wasn't like pancakes.
I know. These
They're
get
still
okay.
cooking, okay?
I don't think those are gonna cook.
Yeah.
They're gonna be just that. No, I think they're gonna grow. No,
I don't. They
they're
haven't done
not.
anything yet.
Yeah, they have. Compared to when they came out, they're much bigger. No, they're not.
Maybe there's like plastic inside of here. That'd be nice.
And like all those air filters that nobody used correctly. Yeah, it's gonna grow. It's still baggy now. That's it.
Yeah.
There's usually some catch.
The end.
But the rest of it's really nice.
We still have couch. I mean, we
far.
still have pillows we can add to it.
Look. So it's definitely a lot lower than our old
Wait,
couch.
when you open that, it looks way better now.
I was just already better. Get down. All right, here we go. Ready?
Yep.
Whoa! Okay.
It's gotta
All right, when I set back a little further, it didn't go down this far. It's definitely lower. I think it should still go up a little bit.
Oh, they're heavy. Yeah, that.
What's heavy?
The rocks. I mean, they're heavier, so they're not gonna move straight.
I'm not talking about the movie.
So how is it gonna stay together?
We might put something underneath it to keep it from sliding. Because they'll slide in this pretty good.
Oh, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not that bad. But it's
I feel
definitely
like
just
I'm
a little bit lower.
Like some kind of.
Look, Trent. We made it. We did the couch.
So overall, what do you think? Out of 10. Comfortable? Pretty comfortable.
Yes.
like this back.
It needs to go up higher. Well, you just need to sit up.
I would like a high back, but you know we didn't have a high back, so I don't know.
I mean, I'm fine with this, like, just to be able to watch TV. I don't really want you to lay on top of me.
What do you think, Atticus? Trent, you like it? Yes.
At least as far as the other couch kind of being broken, this is better than that.
Yeah, Trent's definitely not gonna get stabbed
Stop.
or scratched or
Now we can be really close to our fish.
hopefully not. I mean, there's nothing like pokey in here, right?
Stop.
It's just
You're gonna hurt yourself.
memory foam. But not too bad.
Maybe.
You're so pretty.
Say bye.
Choose.
Shoes. And I like shoes.
Fire! It's so cute! Wow!
What's that?
Jordan 3 Black Cement!